Straight out of nowhere, Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog was released in 2021. This is directed by Cecilia Aranovich, and I wasn't sure if I'd enjoy this or not because I don't really remember Courage the Cowardly Dog. I definitely recall watching a little bit, but nothing too detailed. So I wasn't really sure if I'd follow this, if I'd understand various references. But actually, the bit I wasn't sure I'd enjoy, i.e. Courage, I really liked. The bit I thought I'd probably care for more, the mystery aspect, I didn't really enjoy, so it was definitely a very surprising experience. And basically, Scooby-Doo and the gang are in nowhere, and they meet Courage and Eustace and Muriel, and then strange things, of course, start to happen. And I don't know how much information to give there, because I knew nothing going into this, and I kind of liked that because I didn't know what the mystery would be, what the strange events in this will be, so I won't give any more information than that, but I will say I just found it to be not as mysterious as I would have liked and not very interesting. That's not to say it's badly written or badly developed, I just found it kind of dull. So everything makes sense, everything flows well enough, information is given at a pretty decent rate, we're not given too much too soon, we're not left with so many questions that it's not really interesting. But I just didn't find the actual events in this to be very interesting at all. So the bit that I usually like about Scooby-Doo, the mystery, the villains, the creepy aspect, none of that was really interesting for me here. However, I did like Courage. I thought Courage was a really brilliant character. I particularly liked Courage interacting with Shaggy and Scooby. I thought that was so much fun. I love the animation of Courage. I love the colour of Courage. Definitely visually very engaging, very entertaining. All of the other characters we meet in Nowhere are really fascinating. I don't know how many of them are regular characters in Courage. I have absolutely no idea. If you want to provide more information on that, please feel free to do so. But certainly, purely within the context of this film, I thought the characters were really fascinating, a little creepy at times, which I really loved. So while the actual mystery element wasn't interesting, we do have some other kind of creepy elements that I did really enjoy. So it's definitely not a bad film, but it is the exact opposite experience of what I thought I'd be having. I guess the biggest point is that if you have been wanting to watch this as a Scooby-Doo fan, but you don't really remember Courage, or maybe you'd never even heard of Courage before, that's okay. It is completely easy to follow. Everything is explained well enough that there are no kind of real questions about who characters are or what their relationships are. I think everything is very well explained, and I really thoroughly enjoyed that part of it, and the animation is absolutely stunning as well. So Straight Out of Nowhere may not have been perfect. The actual narrative itself may not be the most interesting, at least for my personal tastes, but the other characters are really great, the animation is brilliant, and the narrative itself has a decent structure and pacing, even though, as I said, the specifics are not very interesting to me. Would I recommend it? Absolutely. It might not ever be my all-time favourite Scooby-Doo film, but I liked it in ways I hadn't expected, and visually it was quite delightful as well. And if you're a Courage the Cowardly Dog fan already, then I imagine you're going to love it. I'd love to know what you think of it if you're a Courage fan, but not a Scooby-Doo fan. I don't know, I feel like, and obviously I say this as somebody who hasn't really watched many episodes of Courage, or at least I don't remember it, but I feel like it's more of a Scooby-Doo film with Courage brought into it, rather than being a feature-length Courage story with Scooby brought into it, if that makes sense. But I would love to know, if you watch it as a Courage fan, how you found it. Personally, I found it better than expected in some ways, maybe not in others, but ultimately I'd say that I enjoyed it.